This is little Robert Kiyosaki. He has two fathers. The first one, highly educated and intelligent. He was a professor. The other one never finished the 8th grade. Both men earned substantial incomes, yet one always struggled financially and left bills to be paid when he died. The other has become one of the richest men in Hawaii and left tens of millions of dollars to his family, charities, and his church. In this book, Robert will expose the 2 points of view of these two fathers. Both agreed that education plays a major role in life. One is convinced that the major studies are unavoidable. The other one thinks that becoming financially smart will allow Robert to become rich. The problem with financial education, it is a subject that is not taught at school, but rather at home with family. Unfortunately, most families teach their children how to become poor. It is not a lack of love for their children. They just don't know how to deal with the money, as they have never read books like Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you are like me, don't have a rich father, try to learn from persons who are rich and invest in you. Read books of Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins, Napoleon Hill, and Warren Buffett. In fact, to become rich is easy. No need to do long studies in accounting to understand the principle. Two simple concepts you have to understand: asset and liability. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. In return, liability is something that takes money out from your pocket. By taking a little bit, we can see that an object can be an asset or a liability. If you buy a car, for example, most of the time it will be a liability, as you will lose money with it and its value will depreciate over time. But if you are a taxi driver or you are a commercial and your car improves your image and makes your business easier, then your car can be an asset. If you own a house and with bills of different taxes and constructions takes money from your pocket, then it is a liability. However, if you rent your home and makes you money at the end of each month, then your house is an asset. This is a cash flow pattern of a poor person in a middle class, and a rich person. A poor person only spends money. We can't distinguish between their liabilities and assets, but has only daily purchases to live. The person in the middle class will also spend money, maybe a little bit more than the poor person. In addition to that, they will buy things that will allow him to look like a rich person, but in reality he buys liabilities such as nice house and nice car. Many people will consider their home as their most important investment, but most often it's going to cost them money. In contrast, the rich person uses its energy and money to buy assets. The more these assets are going to bring money, the more he will buy other assets. And by snowball effect, the rich people will become more and more rich. The poor people or people in the middle class will never get rich. In fact, the money you earn at the beginning of your professional life doesn't matter. You can earn $20,000 a month and spend all these monies in trivialities, such as buying a nice car, go to the parties, buying a fancy dinner, and so on. And at the end of the month, you have nothing left in your pocket. In return, you can earn only $2,000 a month and reinvest all the money you have left in assets. By this way, you can become a rich person over time, or even reach complete financial freedom. You don't need to work anymore. Here are some examples of assets: real estate, stock market, business, or something that you have created, like a book that you have written or painting that you are going to sell. Of course, many people are going to say invest in real estate. In a business, buying shares is something too risky and you can lose money. On the other hand, this kind of people are not against buying a second flat screen television, which in 2 or 3 years won't worth anything. Personally, I prefer to lose money in something that could potentially bring me money, instead of buying a second TV which I don't need. At the end, even if I lose money by trying to buy or produce an asset, lessons reserve from my failures will be infinitely more rewarding than spending 3 hours per day in front of TV programming without learning anything new. In summary, if you want to become rich, be financially educated. Learn from failures of rich people. Learn how to limit your expenses. Focus on assets and get away from liabilities. This is my summary of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad of Robert Kiyosaki. If you have found this video helpful, make sure that you hit that like button. If you are new to this channel, then hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.